Level 1, the kennel hand. Before you touch the dog, you clean the cage. You are nobody. Not yet. You don't carry a badge with authority. You don't ride in a marked unit. You carry a mop, a bucket, and the specific brand of industrial disinfectant that the senior handler left written on a sticky note above the drain. It is 5:47 inches the morning. The kennel smells like wet fur, urine, and bleach. There are 6 dogs here, Belgian Malinois, mostly. 1 Dutch Shepherd named Brutus, who has already bitten 2 people this month. Both of them rookies who move too fast. You move slow. That is the first lesson nobody teaches you in the academy. Speed is aggression to a working dog. And aggression, unearned, gets your forearm shredded. Your job at level 1 is not to handle dogs. Your job is to times the right to be in the same room as the dogs. You feed them, you clean their runs, you log their weight, their food intake, their stool consistency, yes, their stool in a binder that gets reviewed every Friday by the unit supervisor. You are a data entry clerk with a mop. Your salary sits somewhere between $38,000 and $44,000 annually, depending on the department. After taxes, union dues, and the cost of the boots you were told were optional, but absolutely are not, you take home roughly $2,900 a month. You owe a debt here, not in money, in time, in patience, in the quiet, grinding accumulation of trust from animals who do not care about your career ambitions. The dogs are watching you. They are always watching. Level 2, the green handler. You have the leash. The dog has the power. 6 months pass, maybe 9. You've done the coursework. You've logged the hours. A senior handler, someone who has been doing this for 11 years and has the shoulder injury to prove it, has signed off on your preliminary assessment. Now you have a dog. Her name is Zara. She is a 4-year-old Malinois imported from the Netherlands at a cost of $18,000 to the department. She is faster than you, smarter than you in the specific, narrow domain of tracking human odor through rain-soaked forest. She does not know your name yet. She knows your smell. She knows the specific sound of your footstep. She is already building a file on you, the way experienced criminals build files on investigators, cataloging weakness, testing boundaries. Your first joint deployment is a misdemeanor track. Shoplifter fled on foot, last seen near a drainage ditch behind a strip mall. You give Zara the scent article. She hits the track within 8 seconds. You run. She runs faster. The leash goes taut. You stumble on a crack in the pavement. Your knee hits asphalt. You get up. You keep running. This is not glamour. This is 11:30 p.m. in the rain behind a strip mall, bleeding from your knee, chasing a dog who is chasing a man who stole $240 worth of electronics. But Zara finds him, curled under a loading dock. And for approximately 4 seconds, you feel like you built something real. Level 3, the certified patrol handler. You are now a 2-person unit. One of you has teeth. Certification changes everything and nothing. You are now officially a K-9 handler. Your name is in the unit rotation. You respond to calls. Suspect searches, building clears, narcotics assists, article recovery. The paperwork triples. Every deployment generates a report. Every use of force, meaning every bite, generates 3 reports: a supervisor review, a use of force board, and depending on the jurisdiction, a civilian oversight filing. You learn the economics of the unit fast. A single contested bite incident can cost the department $150,000 to $400,000 in civil litigation. The lawyers from the city's risk management office know your name before your own lieutenant does. You are now a liability with a leash. You manage this by being precise. You give the warnings. You document everything. You develop the specific institutional paranoia of someone who knows that every decision they make in the field will be reviewed by people who were never in the field. Zara has been bitten by a coyote, has had a knee surgery, has eaten at various points a sock, a portion of a latex glove, and what the vet classified as an unidentified protein source. You paid for the first 2 out of the department budget. The third was out of pocket. You are starting to understand that this dog is your partner in the way that business partners are your partners, completely bound together, sharing risk with no clean exit strategy. Level 4, the specialty handler. You are worth more now. Act like it. Narcotics detection, explosives detection, human remains, tracking. Specialty certification is the lateral promotion of the K-9 world. Your title doesn't change. Your pay increases by $4,200 to $6,800 annually, depending on specialty and department size. But your operational value doubles. Now you are being requested, not dispatched times requested. The DEA calls your lieutenant. The FBI's evidence response team puts in a formal assist request. The bomb squad wants your dog at the federal courthouse for a dignitary visit. You are still cleaning kennels. But now, important people are watching you clean kennels. You understand supply chain in a way patrol officers don't. You understand that the narcotics your dog alerts on the methamphetamine in the door panel, the fentanyl pressed into the false bottom suitcase, have traveled through approximately 6 to 9 hands before they reach the car you're searching. You are the last checkpoint in a logistics network worth hundreds of millions of dollars annually. Your nose, Zara's nose, is the only thing standing between that network and its next delivery. You start to see crime not as individual bad decisions. You see it as infrastructure. Level 5, the field training officer. Now you build the next version of yourself. You have been selected to train new handlers. This is not a compliment dressed as a compliment. This is the department recognizing that your knowledge has value and extracting it. You receive a small stipend, maybe $150 per pay period. In exchange, you are responsible for a green handler who moves too fast, talks too much, and has not yet learned that 5:47 a.m. is a privilege, not a punishment. You watch them make the same mistakes you made. You let them make the mistakes. You have learned that instruction given before failure is forgotten. Instruction given immediately after failure is permanent. You are no longer purely operational. You are institutional. You have begun the slow transition from doing the work to managing the people who do the work. This is the crossing point. Most people don't notice it when it happens. You have just stepped from the field side of the ledger to the management side. Level 6, the K-9 unit sergeant. You manage spreadsheets now. Congratulations. You don't run tracks anymore, not regularly. You review incident reports. You manage the deployment schedule for 14 handler dog teams across 3 precincts. You attend budget meetings where you argue annually for funding to replace aging dogs, upgrade training equipment, and attend regional certification events. The department's K-9 program costs approximately $1.1 million per year to operate. Veterinary contracts, food, equipment, training, handler overtime, litigation reserves. You know every line item. You can recite the cost per deployment figure in your sleep. $340 per incident, fully loaded. Command staff sees this number and asks if it's justified. You bring them a folder, contraband seizure values, fugitive capture rates, officer safety incidents where K-9 deployment prevented a foot pursuit that could have ended differently. You justify your unit's existence every single year in a conference room to people who have never once run through a drainage ditch at midnight. This is the job now. Zara retired 8 months ago. Partial ligament tear, right rear leg. She lives at your house. She sleeps on your couch. She is 12 years old and she still watches the door when she hears a radio crackle. You understand completely and without sentimentality what debt of service actually means. She gave you everything she had. You gave the department her best years. Level 7, the K-9 program lieutenant. You are now a political figure, whether you like it or not. At this level, the job stops being about dogs entirely. You interface with city council. You present to oversight committees. When a bite incident makes the local news, and at this level, it always eventually does, you are the face at the podium. You manage relationships with other units, with prosecuting attorneys who need your handlers to testify correctly, with defense attorneys looking for procedural failures in your documentation. You have become functionally a diplomat. You negotiate interagency agreements. Which department gets K-9 support during joint operations? Who covers liability in a multi-jurisdictional deployment? How evidence chain of custody transfers when your dog alerted on a federal target? The bureaucratic infrastructure of law enforcement is as complex as any corporate org chart, and as ruthless. You have watched 2 colleagues get passed over for this position. One transferred out, one is still here, still excellent, still a level below you. Politics chose you over merit. You know this, you carry it. Level 8, the K-9 division commander. The view from here is strategic. The air is thin. You command the entire K-9 division for a major metropolitan department. 42 dogs, 42 handlers, 5 supervisory sergeants, 3 specialty units. You do not attend deployments. You receive reports of deployments. You set policy. Your decisions about use of force guidelines, deployment thresholds, and breed selection reverberate through every shift, every call, every split-second decision made by a handler 2 rungs below you, in the dark. You have begun receiving pressure from above, from the chief's office, from the mayor's public safety liaison, to reduce bite numbers. Optics. The word optics now appears in your workday with regularity. You are being asked to engineer outcomes from a desk. You have not lost your integrity, but you understand clearly that it requires active maintenance at this altitude. It does not maintain itself. Level 9, the regional K-9 coordinator. You now answer for everyone's mistakes. Your jurisdiction is no longer a city. It's a region, multiple departments, multiple chiefs, multiple political ecosystems, each with their own sensitivities, their own scandals, their own K-9 programs at various stages of competence or dysfunction. You standardize, you audit, you revoke certifications from programs that have let their standards slip. This makes you enemies. You have learned that the most dangerous thing at this level is not an external threat. It is institutional complacency programs that stopped updating their protocols in 2009 and are still running the same playbook because it hasn't catastrophically failed yet. Yet, level 10, the director, the golden cage. You have everything. Your name carries weight in federal corridors. You've testified before Congress on working dog program standards. You've co-authored national policy frameworks. You have an office with a window. You have not been in the field in 11 years. You think about Zara sometimes. You think about the strip mall, the rain, the crack in the pavement, the 4 seconds when you felt like you built something real. The power you carry now is institutional, abstract. You can affect thousands of deployments with a memo. You will never again feel what it is to give a scent article to a dog and trust her completely. That is what power costs. You are protected by the institution. You are also contained by it. Every public statement is pre-cleared. Every external relationship is monitored for conflict. Your schedule belongs to the department in ways your early morning kennel shifts never did. The rookie downstairs, the one mopping the kennel at 5:47 a.m., has something you cannot buy back. The debt of service runs in both directions. The dog gave everything. The institution took everything. And somewhere in the gap between those two truths is where every career in this work eventually comes to rest.